empty swing. Once upon a time, in a small town nestled by a forest, there was a little girl named Emma who loved to play at the park. Every day after school, she would run to the playground, eager to swing high into the sky as the wind blew through her hair. But her favorite part of the park wasn't just the swings or the slide, it was the big, old oak tree at the edge of the playground. The tree was tall and strong, with branches that reached high into the sky. And it was under that tree that Emma's best friend, a boy named Jack, would always be waiting for her. Jack was Emma's next-door neighbor, and they had been friends since they were little. They played together every day, whether it was running through the fields, building castles in the sandbox, or just sitting under the oak tree, talking about their dreams. Jack was full of energy and laughter, always teasing Emma with funny jokes or daring her to race to the top of the jungle gym. He was the kind of friend who could make even the rainiest days feel bright. He would push Emma on the swings, making her laugh with each push, and Emma would do the same for him. They would take turns swinging higher and higher, racing each other to see who could touch the clouds first. But one summer something changed. Jack didn't show up at the park. Emma waited under the old oak tree, her heart full of hope. Maybe Jack was just late. Maybe he was finishing his homework or helping his mom at home. But as the hours passed, Emma began to feel a little worried. Where was Jack? The next day, Jack still didn't come to the park. Emma ran to his house, hoping to find him playing in his yard. She knocked on the door, but Jack's mom answered with a sad look in her eyes. "Sweetheart," she said gently, "Jack is very sick. He's been in the hospital for a while now. He's not able to play right now." Emma's heart sank. She didn't understand. Jack was always so full of life. How could he be sick? "Can I see him?" Emma asked quietly, her voice trembling. Jack's mom shook her head softly. "Not today, sweetie. Jack has to rest, but he misses you very much." For days, Emma waited for Jack to come back to the park. She sat under the oak tree, staring at the empty swing, wishing with all her heart that Jack would run through the gate with his white grin and his messy hair, ready to play again. But the days turned into weeks, and Jack didn't come. Emma heard whispers from the other kids at school. Some said that Jack's illness was very serious, that he might not get better. Emma didn't want to believe them. Jack was her best friend. He couldn't be gone forever. She kept waiting day after day, hoping for him to return. One cold autumn morning, Emma's parents sat her down with heavy hearts. They told her that Jack wouldn't be coming back to the park. He had been very sick, and despite the doctor's best efforts, Jack had passed away. Emma didn't know what to say. She felt as if the world had stopped turning, as if everything around her had become too quiet. The thought that Jack would never run to meet her again made her feel hollow inside. The swings no longer seemed as fun, and the oak tree, once a place full of laughter, now felt sad and empty. Every day after that, Emma would visit the park, but she never saw Jack smile or heard his laugh. She would sit on the swings by herself, pushing herself gently back and forth, staring at the empty space where Jack used to stand. She would whisper to the wind, hoping somehow Jack could hear her. "I miss you, Jack," she would say, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'll always remember our games and the way you made me laugh." The days grew colder and the park seemed quieter, without Jack's laughter echoing through the air. But Emma kept coming back, even when the leaves fell from the trees and the air turned chilly. She still went to the oak tree, the place where Jack and she had spent so many happy hours together. One day, as Emma sat on the swing, something unexpected happened. A gentle breeze blew through the park, rustling the branches of the old oak tree. Emma looked up, and for a moment, it felt as though the tree itself was whispering back. She closed her eyes and smiled softly, feeling a warmth in her heart that she hadn't felt in a long time. Maybe, just maybe, Jack was still with her in some small way, still laughing, still playing, and still sharing her favorite place in the world. And so though the swing remained empty, Emma learned to keep going. She didn't forget Jack. She carried his memory in her heart, in every laugh, every game, and every quiet moment under the old oak tree. Because sometimes, even though a friend might not be there anymore, the love and memories they leave behind stay with us forever like a whisper in the wind. The end.